Hello, I am Annemarie and I will introduce you to Scratch. Scratch is a platform that makes coding easy with the help of blocks like these. Now these blocks are all sorted into different categories: motion, looks, sound, events, and so forth. And this makes coding a lot easier. So our code goes in this area over here. We use the code like this. They fit together like puzzle pieces. Now this code does something, and that something can be seen here. So this code tells this sprite that when I click it, it is going to meow. And it meowed. Okay, so our code works. Now, these things here that move and meow and make sounds are what we call sprites. And these sprites, in turn, have costumes. And these costumes are the different looks of the sprite. And over here we have sounds, and the Scratch Cat has a meow sound. Now, I don't want this code here. So if I want to throw away code, I drag the code over here and drop it, and that deletes the code. So I don't really want to use the Scratch Cat to do something. I am going to make a little game with something else. So I am going to choose a different sprite. I want an animal. Specifically, I want a rooster. So I want this rooster to also have a home. So to give this rooster a home, I am going to change the backdrop over here. And I want my rooster to live on a farm. My rooster looks like he fits in perfectly with that farm. Now, my rooster is a bit big, so let's change the rooster's size. I am going to tell the rooster to set size to 70%, and I'm going to have my rooster do this at the start of the game. In other words, when the flag is clicked. So if someone starts my game, my rooster is a bit smaller, and I can actually have my rooster fit inside his home. Okay, now my rooster has to introduce himself to whoever wants to play with him. So I am going to go to the looks category and pick this block. Say something for 2 seconds. I am going to have my rooster say, "Hello, my name is Rambo. Rambo." So when the game starts, my rooster introduces himself. Okay, so my first piece of code is finished. Now, I don't want my rooster to just sit there and talk to people. I want my rooster to do something when people click on him. So I am going to go to the events block category and pick the block that says when this sprite clicked. So whatever code I put in here is going to happen when someone clicks on the sprite. So I want my rooster to change his looks so that it looks like he's doing something. So I am going to take two switch costume 2 blocks, and I am going to switch to costume B and then back to costume A. Now, if I just connect these two blocks, then we're not going to see anything happen because they are too close to each other. Instead, I want the costumes to wait a little bit before it switches to the next costume. So I am going to go to the control blocks and I am going to put this wait block between them. And then I also want my rooster to make a sound when he switches costumes. So I'm going to start the sound of the rooster that we can find here. It makes that sound. Oh, that's a long sound. So maybe 1 second might not be enough. Let's make it 1.5 seconds. So let's see how this works. I like that. I like that. So whenever someone clicks on my sprite, it will scream at me and try to wake everyone up on the farm. Now, I want another thing to happen. I want my rooster to be able to eat something. Now, in order to do that, I need another sprite. So I will choose a sprite. Up here, there's food. I want my rooster to eat a piece of bread. So here's the bread sprite. And let's put the bread sprite over here. Now, this bread needs to tell the rooster that it has been clicked on, because I want my rooster to eat the bread when someone clicks on it. So I am going to tell the bread to do something when it is clicked on, and that something is to send a broadcast, which is also under the events block category. Okay, so let's give this message a name. This message I will call food. Okay, there is my food broadcast, my message. Now, I want my rooster to do something when he receives that message. Specifically, I want my rooster to move over to the bread and then go back to where he is right now. So, to make that easy, I'm going to go to the motion blocks and use this glide block. And I'm also going to use this one that has a specific X and Y value. That X and Y value tells me exactly where my rooster is right now. If you look closely here, if I put my rooster somewhere else, then the X and the Y changes. Now I want my rooster to stay over here. So when we receive the broadcast, food, we want our rooster to go there and then come back. But I also want people to know he's eating some of the bread. So I am going to add a sound. To do that, I go to sounds and I choose a sound. I want an effect, and I want the bite effect. The bite effect sounds like this. I don't think I did that properly. So let's put this over here. Now, if I just put it like this, my rooster is confused. Oh, that's why my rooster is confused. My rooster needs to go to the bread specifically, and that's handy to have the drop-down menu. So, if I click on the bread, My rooster goes and eats some of the bread. Now, right now, my poor rooster has barely finished biting when he's already back on his way to the hut where he lives. So I am going to make him wait a little bit when he gets to the food. I'm going to make him wait 0.2 seconds. Let's see what that looks like. Yeah, that looks good. That looks good. So now my rooster can eat some bread. And this bread can be moved. And my rooster will still go and fetch the bread. And when I click on him, he screams and wakes up the entire farm. So that is a little introduction to what you can do with Scratch, and you can let your imagination run wild and do all kinds of fun things. You can even put in a variable which will tell us how hungry the rooster is and then make people have to tell it to go eat in order to decrease how hungry he is. So, thank you for seeing how we can make a rooster wake up and farm and eat some bread. Bye!